everybody, DK Guillotine here, and as I said in my previous video, I am a huge fan of the Purge franchise. I think these movies are incredibly entertaining, and I'm really looking forward to the new one coming out in 2020, and after talking about that movie, it got me thinking. No company has ever made a Purge action figure, and I was looking around and poking in my reserve bin of figures that I just didn't really care for that much to display, and just kind of threw in a bin and threw them under the bed or something. You know, just didn't really care about them. I was looking through that, and I found a couple figures that got my mind thinking, and one thing led to another, and then this happened. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to my custom Purger action figure. And I cannot stress enough how happy I am with this custom. Guys, you guys all know I am not a figure customizer by any means. Okay, so as I was saying, yeah, I am by no means like an expert customizer. Pretty much every time I've attempted to do a custom in the past, I've always just ended up breaking a ton of figures and making a colossal mess. But for once, I've attempted a custom and it actually turned out so good. I'm so happy with this. I don't want to toot my own horn too much, but I am just so happy with the way this came out, man. I love the way this looks. You guys can critique me in the comments, tell me what you think of it, but I am so happy with this custom, man. I absolutely love it. So this is my custom Purger action figure. This is a completely custom, like this isn't representing any specific Purger from the franchise. I know you might think that I was going for the main antagonist from Anarchy, which is the gangster guy who has a mask similar to this, and it says God on the top. And at first I was kind of going for a little bit of that, but as I started putting this together and finding the figures that I wanted to use to make this build, I started saying, I don't really want to make this any specific Purger. I'm just gonna make an original character, sorta, kinda. And honestly, I think it completely works for the Purge because there's so many different bad guys in those, and you don't really ever get a lot of time to spend with them. So I really think that the Purge is a franchise that really works for making like a completely custom character and or figure of. So yeah, this just happened, and I am so happy with it, man. Oh my goodness, excuse me, but my goodness. Oh, I love this thing so much. So let's talk a little bit about the build itself. If any of you are actually going to want to maybe attempt to make this, it's gonna be really hard to explain to you. There's a ton of things that went into this. A bunch of figures are no longer usable. I'll just quickly move him aside and bring in a huge pile of pieces because all these figures are ruined, the ones I used to make this. So here's what's left of the figures that were used to make this thing. This is a combination of two of the McFarlane Fortnite figures, which I still don't know why I bought in the first place, but I knew they'd come in handy one day. But yeah, this is a combination of two of those. I think this is the Drift and the Skull Trooper, and these make up the guy's arms, and I think the torso is the Drift figure, and then the legs are the legs from this one out. Yes, I have a second one of these, don't ask. But yeah, the legs are this one. Here's the piece that one went to, because I am using the Drift part for that one, because I think it looks really nice, and I removed the jacket from the Drift figure entirely. So here's the jacket been removed. I cut it along the top and then just took it off. And then the jacket that he has on is from the 11 figure, the season 2 11 figure right here, from Stranger Things. I just ripped the arms off using some pliers, and then removed the jacket and fit it around the body, the Drift body, which worked really well. And that's all I did with the 11 figure. And then after I finally put it all together, which did take quite a bit, and also the mask is the mask from the season 2 11 figure, as well, as you can probably tell right there. But after I put it all together, I took a little bit of white paint and some black and I'll just say I used a black Sharpie to fill in some white lines. So yes, it's a bit more messy than it could have been, but I don't have any black paint right now, so I used what I could. And honestly, I think it actually turned out really well, because it kind of adds like a messy look to the figure, and he's obviously not supposed to look neat. He's a freaking Purger, So yeah, he's not supposed to look neat. So I think the Sharpie actually worked out pretty well. Yes, I know it's a completely like amateur, totally like I don't know what word you customizers use to say that something is lame or I don't know, maybe new beginner thing, but something that a novice would totally use, freaking Sharpie, but I think it worked out really well. I love the way this came out, and then I used some white paint, and I now going over the decals I did. Well, the decals, the paint work I did on his jacket here. I wrote Mercy, which is kind of the name I've come up with for this guy. I call him Mercy. He doesn't really have a name, but I'm just calling him Mercy. And then on this side I put 6 because 6 is by far, because it was, I don't know. I think it looks cool. I like it. Yeah, that's pretty much my only reason for it. I think it looks pretty cool on there. And then the mask, I should note, I didn't really make this with the intent of you being able to pose it around. The head is posable, the arms can be posed too, they do have the double jointed elbows, and yeah, I mean, it is posable, but honestly, I didn't really make this with the intention of it being posable, but I mean, obviously, you kind of can pose it if you want, and the head does move as well, but I don't know, I did kind of intend for it to just be stuck like this. But yeah, and then the mask, talking a little bit about the mask, I wrote God on the top. Yes, that is very similar to the main antagonist from Anarchy. He does have God written on his head, on his mask, and he does have a similar mask to this as well. And then I've also wrote on the bottom there, says Mercy again along the kind of bottom there, and then I did put another 6 right there on the mask right there. So yeah, I mean, not obviously, I'm sure a more skilled customizer could probably have made this look so much better, but for the level of customizer that I am so pleased with the way this came out. I love this. I'm so happy to have this. This is by far my favorite custom I've ever made, man. I'm so happy with the way this came out. So that's it. That's all I really have to talk about with this. I just wanted to show off this awesome Purger custom. You guys let me know in the comments, what do you think? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you think it's lame? Do you think it's really cool? I'm curious. I want to know what other people think, because I did work pretty hard on this. This was pretty much my entire day off was working on this, and I think it just turned out spectacularly. I'm really, really happy with this. Like I said, I don't like to toot my own horn too much, but man, I'm so happy with myself. I'm so happy with this build. I love this, man. It's awesome. So with that being said, I mean, obviously, as long as I like it, that's all that really matters, right? As long as the person who made it is happy with it, that's all that matters. You guys can think it's lame, but I freaking love the way this came out. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more figure and NECA content. And this is DK Guillotine, signing out.